Yes, we finally get the news that Nakobe Dean is officially on the practice window. They opened it up for him. And what does it mean? Like, what are they going to do here? The different combinations of things that they could do. If he could play this week, we're talking injuries. And, a lot of guys are nicked up right now. And it's too early in the season for guys to have as many injuries as they're having or on a pain tolerance level. We're going to get into that. So let's get straight into all the news.
What's the boogeyman?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope it's having a fantastic day today. So, what I really want to start out with first is the roster boost for the Philadelphia Eagles. It looks like the practice window is open for Nakobe Dean, finally. And the Eagles signed Antoine Powell, Ryland Jr., our past draft pick from this past year, edge rusher, since that position is very thin right now. What this linebacker core is, I think the news kind of mirrors each other a lot, because I feel like if Dean is back and he starts his practices, and yes, they're light practices, he's not practicing heavy or anything like that, or maybe could be activated this week for the Denver game this Sunday. What type of things can the Eagles do defensively to get Campbell, Vaughn, Dean, all these guys really playing together? I mean, sure, if you run a 4-3, they can get everybody on the field, but obviously Vic is not going to run that all the time. So either Campbell is going to be in the 5-man front and be on the defensive line, or Zach Vaughn will be in a 5-man front. He's done it last year, and he did very little of it this year. I mean, he usually just blitzes from the linebacker spot. He has played on the line a couple times as an edge rusher, but Vaughn is a natural edge rusher because that's what he was before the Saints turned him into realistically an outside linebacker at the time he was there. So a lot of familiarity with that position, and Campbell or Vaughn could probably do it. Vaughn is probably better at it right now. Frankly, it just comes down to Nakobe Dean and how long it takes him to be back at 100%, and realistically how he looks, because trust me, if he's not practicing well, he won't be playing. Fangio doesn't throw people out there just because. There's reasons for things why guys don't get their opportunity. If they move Campbell or Vaughn to edge rusher, I mean, Azeez Ojulari might not even have a shot at this point. I mean, Fangio said he has had some very good practices, but when I hear him say he's playing good, I can't think I feel like he's just saying that just to not throw his player under the bus. And Azeez is healthy, and he hasn't taken any hits this year, and a fresh body and come right into the rotation. I just don't know how much they trust him so much. We will see what happens the rest of the week with Nakobe Dean and see where the Eagles put him or decide to, activate him for this game. That's really going to be the big difference maker here on what's happening. So we'll see what happens. Now, two players that really need to come back and had light practices were Lane Johnson with a shoulder injury. Jalen Carter has been dealing with a shoulder injury as well, really since the offseason program. I just really hate that we're in week 4 right now. Week 5, sorry. And there are so many little injuries that these guys have. Like, some of these guys are still dealing with things, and there's a pain tolerance level to it, and Carter can't play the entire game. Will come out. Once that pain level goes down, he'll go back in. Jalen Carter actually had a really good game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for even having a pretty bad shoulder. Still played very well, but just got to make sure that he's going to be okay. And that's why even for the next few weeks, I would have at least tried to rest somebody here. As long as Lane Johnson doesn't have an ankle or a groin injury, I am perfectly fine with that, because those injuries, you might as well just sit him for 4 to 5 weeks. Even with this shoulder, probably not serious, but anything lower body related, I wouldn't have even played him this week. But really glad that Lane Johnson was a light practice. Okay, good to go. All that matters. And Tyler Steen returned to practice as well, so got nicked up a little bit from the last game. So, these things do happen. Some bad news, some news that you're probably not going to be surprised about, is that Dallas Goedert did not practice the other day. And you really need Dallas Goedert this season. And it was apparently this knee injury coming back in full effect. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a problem this year. I liked how they tried getting the other tight ends involved, like Calcaterra, which was great. But since you're running this offense the way you're running it right now, and Dallas Goedert seems to not even be involved when they're running it like this. Tight ends are never involved when they're playing conservative whatsoever. Hoping that, Goddard can come back this week. And if not, Calcaterra will probably have to take the reins. And, you're not facing no crazy teams in the next few weeks, but still, you still need to be productive at that spot. Now we're going to talk about the sponsor of this video, ProfitX. ProfitX is a peer-to-peer sports prediction market where users play against each other instead of a sports book versus the house. You will almost always get the best price on any spread, money line, total, and player props, since you're playing against other people rather than the book. Every touchdown, every moment creates a live market you control. Buy in when you're confident, cash out when the momentum flips. It's like trading stocks, but for sports. Profit Exchange runs over 40 states, and you must be at legal age to do so. This isn't your old sportsbook. This is the #1 sportsbook. The action moves fast, and so can you. Real-time, player-driven, and built for fans who see the game before it happens. So let's dive into the ProfitX market on the Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, the Eagles are sitting at plus 700 to win the Super Bowl. And yes, we're talking about this after one game. So the real question is, do you believe in Jalen Hurts, Nick Sirianni, and this revamped defense enough to go all in at plus 700 and stay right there? Or do I go a little bit further than that? I think I'm going to stay, and I think I'm going to let the #1 sportsbook and ProfitX take care of the rest for me to help me make the better decisions. Use promo code SHAKE72. You can get up to $200 cash back over your first 30 days. Every play you make, ProfitX gives you money back for playing on their platform, up to $200. Link in the description. Make sure you go to your app store and download the ProfitX app and use that promo code SHAKES72. I want to thank ProfitX for sponsoring this piece of content, and I will see you guys on the next one. Go Birds. Now, last thing I want to talk about today is obviously A.J. Brown, and, he had his press conference after practice today. He was at practice today. I just don't like the fact that everybody is following everything that he does. Like, the amount of news that I've seen on him the other day, I felt like there was a nationwide manhunt for him. I'm not even kidding. I mean, it seemed like it was that important. Then he shows up to practice the other day. He's talking to Big Dom at practice. Oh my God, he's talking to Big Dom. How he hasn't been traded yet, I don't know. Because that's what the news has been. Back to the Patriots, trade to the Chargers. I mean, stupid shit like that all day the other day, which I couldn't even stand to really read, look at, whatever. But, did say that he apologized for his actions after the game, and probably could have went about it a different way. And I think that, he probably could have, but I honestly don't even care, bro. He's got 14 catches the entire season. I saw Travis Kelce's post on the situation with A.J. Brown. He pretty much said, look, I can get it if you're losing and, like, it's not going well and you have to say something, that's fine. But you're 4-0, and you're winning right now, and you still have a lot of concern. The most concern that AJ has that I relate to, especially as somewhat of a content creator that covers this team, is that this offense is not parred up. This offense is not squared away yet. We should be getting better every single week, and it doesn't seem like we are getting better. It really all started when A.J. Brown really talked about the Rams game. Right after the game, he said the offense needed a little bit of work, and I believe him 100%. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing bad to say about that. Doesn't mean he's upset about his catches or anything like that, but, at a certain point, you see these other receivers in the league that are getting their catches, and his stats are just going down every single week. I get you want to throw to the open man and things like that, and this is something that everyone's going to look out for. Oh, the Eagles start playing bad, but they still win. Or AJ only has one catch, but they won the game. He's going to be complaining again. He's going to be asking for a trade again. That's what everybody's waiting for. Because realistically, I just hate when people use news just to change the narrative of A.J. Brown for viewership, for traffic, for bullshit. And that's what a lot of people do. I've seen content creators do it. I've seen these outlets, news outlets do it. It's actually pretty fucking disgusting that these people would do shit like this just for some traffic. And it's really sad, actually. And I understand that it's never going to end with A.J. Brown. This is going to be like a normal thing. Hence why A.J. Brown just said, you know what? Any type of conversations I have with the coaching staff is going to be with the coaching staff behind the scenes. And he put out that message to say, I'm going to deal with what I got to deal with. I said what I had to say. If no one's going to listen, I'm just going to come to work every day, do what is asked of me to do every single day, go to work. That's it. Go home. Call it a day. And realistically, everything will be fixed on its own. Trust me. There will be a player council type meeting with the coaching staff. If this persists, if this continues, yes, it's going to get fixed. Trust me. No one's not going to just, everyone's just going to sit there and not say anything. Things will be said. Going into Denver, big game this week, as much as, don't call it a slouch. Don't call it an easy game, because every team is trying to give it to you 100%. Need to stay focused, and that's pretty much it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day. And make sure you hit the like button because it helps out tremendously. That's about it. Shake Squad up. File side. Peace out, guys. Bye-bye.